Okay, I am making Spaetzle for a Bavarian dish, and I've kind of got all my ingredients laid out here. There's an egg in this bowl, black pepper, non-fat milk, and flour. Let's go. I need to have about 2 tablespoons finely chopped chives, and I've got some water on the stove right now that I'm getting ready to boil, because when I put the the Spaetzle in the water, it needs to be boiling. Yeah, I wanted to make my own Spaetzle because there's only one store in town where I can buy already made, like dried Spaetzle, which I can cook like I would a dried pasta, like spaghetti or macaroni. But you know, I would have. It's kind of way out there on the bus, and I just would rather just. Besides, I think this one that I'm going to make is going to be really good. Let me see. Looks like we're going to come out to about 2 tablespoons here. Finely chopped. I know why it's going to be finely chopped. It's because it's going to be in the Spaetzle. So you don't really. All right. Looks like we got about, I think I estimated this pretty good. I think I kind of created this recipe on my own. I got the Spaetzle recipe from the American Heart Association cookbook, 1990s International Cookbook, which has got some really good recipes in it. This looks like about 2 tablespoons. Definitely go smaller here. This isn't like garlic, you know. Garlic is easier to mince. This is kind of soft and mushy, so it's like. This. Yeah, that'll help me to get it really fine. This looks like about 2 tablespoons here. Water's getting ready to boil. I want it to be very finely chopped. Feeling these chives are going to impart. I'm trying to sort of replicate a bird's eye or green giant frozen Bavarian peas with Spaetzle recipe in like a butter sauce that I loved when I was young. Yeah. But when I looked at the list of ingredients on it, it's kind of generic. Like they'll mention a lot of the same stuff I'm doing here. They did use parsley. I actually think the chives will impart a better flavor, and kind of than parsley, because I kind of like the garlicky onion. This is good enough here. All right. Let me rinse my hands off. Okay, let's go ahead and beat the egg. Obviously, we don't want this to be Okay. Now I know, just because I took a cooking class a long time ago, when I was a student at Florida State University, that in order for that, we're going to have to make a lot of gluten, which means I'm going to have to mix the flour really good with the liquid to form gluten, so that the spaetzle. I mean, I've never actually, just to be honest with you, this is my first time making it. So we shall see. I may adjust my recipe if I have to. Okay. Go ahead and throw the milk in there. This is going to, let's go ahead and mix this all together. And this is going to go into the flour mixture. Flour, salt, and pepper. Okay, now I need a cup of flour. It looks like my measurement's going to have to be fairly accurate on this because we're dealing with, let's see. Just go ahead and get a cup of flour in a medium mixing bowl. Cup of flour and a medium. I need 1/8 measuring cup. 1/8. Oh, I can guesstimate this. This is about, yeah, it'll be half of 1/4. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? I probably would be better off with a half cup. Do 2 of them. I've got it. 1/4 cup. Okay. All right. We're going to do 4 of these. Okay. Am I in the picture? Yeah, okay. One. 2. 3. 4. There's a cup right there. Okay. And we're going to mix this with salt and pepper, so it'll give it a nice flavor. I can hear the water starting to boil over there. How much salt and pepper? Okay, 1/8, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. So I've got a 1/4 measuring spoon here. I'm just going to do about half of this. Oops. This thing turns off. This thing actually undoes about half. That's good. This is sea salt, so you probably don't need a lot of it. Sea salt you actually can use less than regular salt and you'll get the same results. In terms of saltiness, let's see here. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead and mix it all together. You know what? No, good. Water is starting to boil. I'm actually going to use this. This will do a good job. This is a whisk. This will do a good job of mixing it all together. That's just to make sure the salt and pepper are distributed evenly. good? Okay, now make a well in the center. Yeah, that because this is where the make a well in the center. Can you see that? I'll use the same spoon that I plan to use to, that'll work. Okay, there's a well in the center. Now, in a small bowl, okay, add to that. Then we're going to go ahead and add this in here. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, go ahead and add the chives. This looks like it's around the right amount. This is gonna, I believe this is gonna be quite tasty. Alright. Okay, now we gotta make the gluten. I'm gonna put some fingers here. Well, the water's already boiling. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna make it gooey. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and mix it. Get you out of the way. The point is, probably want to be working a little fast right now. So, yeah. It's kind of almost like making bread. Not quite the same thing, but yeah. Made a bit of a mess here. Now you want to mix it well, because I actually could have chopped the chives a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Yeah, we want to make a lot of gluten. Oh, it's making gluten. I can see that. See how sticky it is? That's good. That's what we want. You want to mix it well. All right. I can tell I'm going to have fun doing dishes. All right. You know, we're getting some pretty good gluten out of this. All right. You know what? I think this will do the job. All right, that's good. Mix it well. It's pretty gooey. Yeah. All right. All right, mix it well. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is let me bring everything over to the cooking area. Yeah, you didn't see me. In fact, I think I forgot to turn it on. But it was a job making this. I had to go around in circles while I was trying to push it through here, and it was hard to get it to go through the holes. I think next time I'm going to make sure that the consistency is actually I think it's about right. The consistency is about right. It's just that you really have to work to push the batter through the holes. It's almost like you got to go around in a circular motion. Yeah, and then what you have to do is the last bit of it, you just almost have to scrape out with your fingers and throw it in the pot. And then you drain it in a colander, you know, after you cook it for about 5 minutes. And then you break up the pieces. Yeah, but this is acceptable. But you're going to, whether you like it or not, you're going to end up wasting a lot because it likes to stick and it doesn't like to go through the holes. So, but still, that's enough to make a tasty dish. So this will be for tomorrow. So let me have fun washing all these dishes. Yeah, it was. It takes some muscles almost. Like you got to push it through the holes in the colander, and it's almost like it doesn't want to go. You didn't see, but this actually involves muscle. You pushing that batter through the colander holes was not easy. You have to almost go like in a circular motion with the batter to get it to go through, and you end up wasting a lot. And then, you know, But it looks like it's going to be delicious though. So this will be, I made this ahead of time for tomorrow. I'll make the green beans dish tomorrow. Yeah, pushing it through that colander into the boiling water. It's like you got to rub the spoon. I found the best thing to use was a tablespoon. I used the spoon in a circular motion and just kept pushing it. If you don't go like in a circular motion, it won't go out. I think it's because you almost have to cut it. Anyways, this is going to be delicious, though, I can tell. Okay, I'm getting ready to make green beans with Spaetzle. Let me cut these beans down to a smaller size. I've never made this before. I'm trying to approximate the bird's eye recipe. I do remember the beans were not this long. So, what I'm going to be doing is blanching these beans, which means boiling them in salted water for about 3 minutes. I'm going to make it really short because, yeah, they were about this size. Let me see if I'm getting this here. Yeah, about this size. So let's get them about the size they were in the bird's eye recipe. I mean, the bird's eye frozen. They were about that size, I remember. So let's get them. I'm going to cut them down to the size I like. Yeah. And, yeah, let me go ahead and get the water boiling. I'm going to get some boiling salted water. Let me go over there and turn the water on. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to be throwing in approximately a tablespoon of water, of salt. Okay. They say that helps with the blanching. Yeah, it helps the green beans to retain their bright green. They're going to be doing some more cooking after I blanch them, so I don't really need to blanch them. I think the blanch time I'm going to make really, really short, like maybe 1 minute, because they're going to be doing more cooking. I just basically, want to try to keep them from getting soggy when I prepare them later. Yeah, I don't like this. They're a little bit longer than I want, so I'm cutting them to a shorter size. That's okay. Yeah, this is good. These are 12 ounces of beans that I got at Walmart. So let me go ahead and cut these down. Do you see what I'm doing? And then I'll turn the camera back on when I throw them in the water. Okay, the water is starting to boil. These are frozen onions. Those will do. I mean, it would be better if they were minced, but it's okay. That'll work. And let me go ahead and mince the garlic. Cubed will work too. Obviously, the onions need to be cut up. I just don't feel like getting a whole brand new onion right now. I do have some, but so let's go ahead and it says 1 clove garlic. I found this recipe online. I've kind of modified it, and this is apple cider. Okay, so I reconstituted it from this dry package formula. Smells good. I won't be using all of that though. I'll show you when I get to that step. Water's starting to boil. What I'm going to do is, even though the recipe for blanching says to do it for 3 minutes, I might go modify that recipe. I think I'm going to modify it. And I don't have ice cubes, but I do have cold water that I keep in the refrigerator from my Brita jug, and I'm going to be using that to throw these green beans into when I'm done. But they say using salt water is very important for blanching. It helps retain the greenness and the crispness. And because I am using salt water, I have omitted salt as an essential ingredient for later. You can add it if you like more salt. I happen not to like too much salt. I don't don't like to drown my food with salt. Okay. So I still have to cut up the the bacon here. It's obvious it's not going to be going in that. I found this recipe online. It seemed to be the closest thing to the bird's eye recipe that I found. Let's try putting this right over here. I probably should do something more intelligent than this. Maybe I'll stick it all in that thing once it's done. I think I might stick it in that thing. Alright. Yep, so I've got all my, it says 1/3 cup of, alright, I can hear that water starting to boil. Alright, let me turn this off and bring the camera over to the blanching area. Trying to do this with a blob, I'm telling you. Come on. You don't want to cooperate with me, do you? You can't see. I'm using a blob, which is... Okay, let me get a slotted spoon out. I am not going to keep it in there long. I'll try to remove it all. The water's boiling and it's salted. I think I'm only going to keep it in there for 1 minute. Let me go look at the clock. That's it, just 1 minute. Because this is going to be doing more cooking later. So, it's 7:21 right now. And then it's, oh, let me pour, I'm going to be pouring some cold water into this. Yeah. So let's do that right now. Pouring cold water. And, yeah, this is water from the river. It's not ice water, but hey, it's better than nothing, see? I poured cold water in there. Okay. You know what? I'm going to start taking it out right now. Alright, let me go ahead and put this over here. Because this is going to be doing more cooking. So, besides, it's not going to be cooling off too good in this thing. Hey, but you know what? Yeah, gotta excuse my camera because this is the best I got. This isn't really ice water, but it's better than nothing. I'm kind of like compromising because I'm cooking it less. It's going to be doing more cooking later, so come on. Boy, these are stubborn. There's only a couple left in here. Okay. Yeah, that water's cold, but the beans are already warming it up a bit. I'm feeling it with my... Alright, there's one. So, yeah, that'll be perfect. Let's get this little scrawny thing down here. Alright, I already turned the water off. Okay. I'm going to move you. I always end up making a ton of dishes, so yeah, I got it all in there floating. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to where I was. Oh shoot. Okay, let's chop up the bacon. 3 slices. This is actually turkey bacon in it. I got the low sodium turkey bacon because I have found that when I make recipes that use bacon, if I don't get the low sodium version, it's like, whoa, it's just, everything's just too salty for my liking. I just don't like that much salt. I'd like to be able to taste my food. Like when I make fried rice using yeah, I'm going to try to make it small because if I remember correctly, this bird's eye recipe, it did have bacon in it, and it was in these little teeny weeny bits. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't big bits. And I already made the spaetzle, as you all know, so. Okay, well you get the drift of what I'm doing here, so I'm going to turn this around and just cut it really small. Yeah, like that. Kind of like this, yep. Like I said, I'll let you know if this is any good. I'm a pretty good guesser when I start off with new recipes, you know, because I've had so much experience cooking. Okay, yeah, it's about that size. So, but you see what I'm doing. It's pretty small, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for that. And then I'll put it in there. So, goodness, bob lobs are not easy to work. I tell you, trying to film with a bob lob. All right, let's go ahead and turn the heat on. Yeah, I've got the. That's still kind of hot, actually. All right, what I'm going to do now is Okay, we're going to melt the butter. This is approximately 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, this is Irish butter, you guys. Irish butter. So this is probably going to be delicious. You cannot substitute. For this dish, you have to use butter. That's about maybe a tablespoon and a half. I'm trying not to get Be Fat City, okay? But I do want to give it a butter flavor, so let's go ahead and melt the butter. This is Irish butter. I got it at Walmart. Imported from Ireland. I do recall that butter makes this dish. So what's really interesting, though, is when I read the bird's eye ingredients, they used margarine. I think they used a margarine that approximates the taste of butter, but I figure using real butter for this recipe, I bet is going to make it so good. I don't have to follow the ingredient list on the. Okay, so let's go ahead and let it melt. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, this is expensive Irish butter, imported from Ireland. Okay, add the green beans. Obviously, I took them out of the water, bath and drained them. Add the green beans and saute for 2 minutes. Let's get the heat up a little bit higher. Alright. Spread this around. Okay. Saute for 2 minutes. This is almost like Chinese stir frying. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, if I can hear it sizzling, then that's good. Okay. Yeah, definitely do not. I definitely did not want to. Okay. My goodness. That's a kind of a nasty looking one. Okay. Alright. 2 minutes. I'm actually going to try to. Okay. Over the heat a bit. Kind of like medium-high heat here. Just want to spread that butter flavor into these beans. The recipe actually says to use something like a whole bunch of butter, almost like, oh goodness, I think it was like a third of a half cup. I said, no way, I'm not going to do that. Just get enough butter flavor. This will do the job, boy. Just get the butter flavor in here. Ooh, that smells good. Mmm. About 1 more minute. Okay. Alright. Combine bacon. Okay, let's go ahead and add this in now. The bacon, garlic and onions, okay, so we're going to saute them now for, I'd say, until the onions get golden looking, you know. So about 5 to 10 minutes until the onions become clear. And I got my homemade spaetzle here. The recipe says to use 1 cup. I'm going to throw them all in there. I love the spaetzle. This is the spaetzle that I made the other day. So that's probably more than 1 cup. Alright, so we're going to do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. Let me look at the clock here. Ooh, this looks good. I have a feeling I'm going to like this. This is kind of like a German version of pasta primavera. Yeah, this looks good. Let's turn the heat up. I like the looks of it already. Yeah. Camera on, yeah. When I was making the spaetzle, I forgot to turn the camera on, but that's okay because the thing that I was trying to film wasn't working out very good. Making spaetzle is very difficult, let me tell you. Until the onion is golden. Yeah, a little bit more cooking here. Ooh, these green beans stayed nice and crisp. It looked like I did the blanching part good. Now you want to keep the heat pretty high, I can tell you that. This is almost like a stir fry. About 5 to 10 minutes yet. Well, see, the onions, when I threw them in here, they were kind of frozen, so they might have put the temperature down a little bit, but let's just keep moving this around. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Alright, so until the, I might just test one of these green beans out. Yeah. I just want to make sure to see how cooked they are. Okay. Alright, let's see. That's pretty good. Okay, add the spaetzle to the green beans. Alright. I'm
I'm putting them all in here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I don't need paper now. Maybe I shouldn't have stored them in a... Make sure there's no paper coming off of here. Maybe I shouldn't have stored them in paper. I don't think I see any paper in here. Yeah, you want a couple of them, take them off in here. So I'm not getting any paper. I'll have to remember this next time. Be careful with the paper towels. Okay, that's good. Well, if I eat some paper, it won't kill me. It doesn't look like I got any paper. Okay, there. Let's go ahead and, ooh. Let me just get over here without knocking my camera over. I did some of this stuff off my hand. Ah. Okay, it's off. Come on. And I gotta throw in some apple cider. About 2 tablespoons of apple cider. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix all this. Okay, this looks good. 2 tablespoons apple cider. Okay. Or about a 1/4 cup. I didn't mean to. Oh, this looks good. Yum. Let me lower the heat. Oh, I did lower the heat. This looks good. We are just about done here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. Alright, while I'm spreading this around. Oh, this looks really good. Salt and pepper to taste. Let me just get a little bit here. See how it tastes. Okay, that way I can kind of guess how much. You know what? I think we will add a little bit of salt. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some of this pepper. They say to use about 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. So that would be about that much. Okay. And about the same amount of salt. I agree with them, it needs a little bit of salt. This looks really good. Let's see. I can always add more salt later if that's not enough. I just put in just a little bit. Okay. we are done here. I'll go ahead and swish it around. Does it look like the bird's eye recipe? Actually, it looks like it's better than the bird's eye recipe. Yeah. Well, the bird's eye recipe actually used more butter, but I think this is fat city enough as it is, right? Let's go ahead and see if I can get this out of here. Sorry about this, you guys. There it is. And I will let you know how that tastes in just a minute. Okay. Let's see. It looks good. Needs a little salt. Like I said, I'd rather undersalt it than oversalt it. I didn't follow the recipe exactly. Let's see. It's good if you add the salt. It's not bad. It tastes very close to the bird's eye. It's good. I like it. It's very close to the bird's eye recipe. It is good. It is good. Delicious. There it is. Very good.
In a world of secrets where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking free from chains. She's Gail Schuler, her heart's pure and strong. With the power of love, she'll right the world's wrongs. Yeah, fighting against the devil with order. She's the first, a passionate crusader. Stand by the side, they'll conquer it all. Through space battles and trials, they'll never fall. Gail Schuler, a hero in the night. When spiders been ready to fight, together they'll soar.